Yo, what is good, YouTube? It's your boy Greens YT Gaming coming at y'all with another video. And today, as you can see, we're playing the 19. We're playing Triple Threat Online on my team. But this has nothing to do with my team. This is gonna be about my top 5 most fun and favorite 2Ks that I played. And yes, I'm still not very young, but I'm still young compared to older players in 2K. So I didn't really enjoy 11 like that. So it probably isn't gonna make the list, and some of you guys are gonna get a little triggered by that. But in my opinion, this is my top 5. So I mean, can't really argue against me on that. So let's get straight into this list. At number 5, we got NBA 2K17. The game pretty good. Let's start with the positives. Affiliations are still in the game, so that was obviously a plus. Rival Day, all those events were still there. The Mountain Dew just looked fire because it was the NBA 2K15 Old Town Park. And I mean, everything, the archetypes, it was just all fun. The game was fun. There were problems with the game, but the main positive of the game was just that it was enjoyable. You liked playing 17. You hated it, but you loved it at the same time. That's why it's a good game. And you guys, we all still say, oh, bring it back like 16, 15, or 17. Because there will never be games like that from now. Because 2K they're trying to add it back slowly. And I hope they do for the PS5 releases and Xbox whatever. For NBA 2K21 and above. But I mean, NBA 2K17 was really the last fun 2K we ever had, in my opinion. But there were some negatives, like I said, and we're gonna name those negatives. The negatives of NBA 2K17. Let me tell you, when I say the shot meter was so glitched that I switched over to stick for 2 games and I airballed a 3. I switched over to stick. The shot meter, when I held square, would bounce, and my controller wasn't broken. It would bounce all the way to the bottom half, like when it came, and then it went back, and I would automatically miss. That's how bad the shot meter was for a little bit of 2K17. As you can see, my guy quit. We're gonna start up another one anyways. But yeah, the shot meter was terrible in the beginning. It was pretty cool though in the end. And now that they have it in 2K20, I'm going to use it again. It probably won't be glitched like it was. There were so many patches in 17 that I think there was about, in 16 or 6. Because we all know patch 6. Come on. Who doesn't know patch 6 if you played 16? In 17, I swear there had to be, like, we were probably on our 8th patch in December. Like, the game had so many patches. I know it reached double digits for sure. I know that for sure it reached double digits. There were so many things wrong with the game. Like the glitches in that perspective, there was things wrong. And they, for the most part, tried to fix it. But all in all, though, I still believe 2K17 was a fun game. And the reasons that are negative are why this game is at 5 and not higher. Now going to number 4. We got NBA 2K14. You already know the positives of this game. The My Career storyline, the introduction with the Jackson Ellis rivalry, the next-gen console, the graphics, the gameplay changed. Everything changed. 2K took a turn for the better in 2K14. And they only took steps forward, except for 2K18. But they're making progress back. NBA 2K14, another fun game. You played My Career, you had the car when you were traveling to a home game, you had the plane when you were going on a away game with your team. The cutscenes were more than now. NBA 2K19, it only runs through what? The little Chinese games and the G League, and then that's it. But in 2K14, those were going until probably your 2nd season in the league, which is why the story mode was so fun to play and everything. They introduced Park, but Park, that's probably the 2nd worst Park besides the 2K18. So nobody really cares about the park. There was a lot of glitches with it. So I mean, it's kind of the neighborhood before what they call the neighborhood now. 2K just bringing stuff back. But I mean, the negatives of this game, though, there were some negatives. The negatives of this game were like the cheesing. The cheesing was more than it probably ever was. Kind of like 2K13 with the cheese, and 2K15 cheese. 2K15 and all those games that I just named, those are cheesy 2Ks. 2K14 was pretty much a little bit like them, but it was just a little more polished. But, I mean, you still can't take away from 2K putting out such a great game in that span. They probably were planning it because they came out with 2K14 on Xbox 360 and PS3 like in October, and then they came out with the PS4 and Xbox One version like in December, November. So I mean, it was still amazing how they put that game together, those two games, even though I consider 2K14 on the older gen to basically be a 2K13 port. The same, it has literally the same commentary, the same graphics, everything, same animations. So it's basically 2K13 patched. So that's why I'd say nobody cares about old gen, but the new gen 2K14 is number 4 on my list, and those are basically my reasons why. Now at number 3 on my list, I got NBA 2K19. You're probably thinking, why is 2K19 even on the list at all? Number 1, I mean, the positive side, they took an improvement to 2K18. 2K18 was so trash. I mean, yes, anything would have been an improvement, but they added that neighborhood. It was pretty solid. They added the events that they had in 2K18 back onto the game and made them better. But the positives were obviously takeovers were fun to use, but it was also a negative though at the same time. Takeovers were sometimes overpowered, like post-scoring takeover or sharpshooting takeover when you head behind screens, or glass cleaning takeover when you're a glass just waiting for the rebound to come to you. So I mean, those were positives and negatives in the game. But the main thing that held this game back from being at its full potential and really enjoying it was the delay. You couldn't play a park event without getting delayed. You could not play a park event. You had to run into somebody that delayed you, no matter what. And there was even glitches in the park events. Like I remember I was playing 2v2 Pro, that little tournament they have for twos, before they moved it outside later on in the year. But when they had it inside, we were playing in the crowd. We weren't even playing on the court. So I mean, like, the glitches in this game, it wasn't as crazy as the other ones, but there were still things that had to be fixed with the servers. This is one of the worst servers in 2K history. My team, when they put this game up for $3, the biggest mistake they ever did in their life. It's the worst. My team was unplayable. You could not get into the auction house. How you expect people to buy packs, and then it takes literally an hour, 30 minutes just to open the packs? Like, I mean, that wasn't fun. But all in all, though, 2K19, an improvement to the other games. And I mean, the storyline was pretty interesting in my career. My team was probably at its best. So I could see why I have 2K19 in that position. Number 2, I got NBA 2K15. That is probably top 2 most fun 2K ever. And it's second favorite of mine, just because, I mean, the demigod glitch was fun. Yes, it was cheese, but it was fun. You got a 7-foot point guard. I mean, who has a 7-foot point guard in real life besides Ben Simmons? That's it. And you were shooting. You couldn't miss, which made it fun, but it also made it cheese. This game was obviously one of the cheesiest 2Ks. The positives were the My Career storyline, like they always do. They improved on it a lot, but they kind of took a downfall in the recent ones. But back then, it was fun. The whole agent and being undrafted, that was pretty much the start of being undrafted in 2K. That game right there. You were undrafted and you had to make yourself known and play in these little scrimmage games to make a team. It was all fun. The park, the birth of affiliations, everything was just great back in 2K15. And I hope one day 2K can go back to their ways. Hopefully 2K20 will be a great game too. And they'll just beat every game on this list, and I'll be happy. Yeah, I got 2K15 second on my list. And you already know, you should know by now if you made it this deep in the video, who I got number 1 on the list for my favorite 2Ks and why I believe it should be number 1. NBA 2K16. They had a Spike Lee mini movie as the storyline. I was actually interested in it. Yes, they took part of your rookie season out, but it was still fun, which is why I liked it. It was still a great game. It was the most polished 2K out of all of them. 19 wasn't even polished, and it's supposed to be more gameplay-wise advanced. 2K16 had good dribbling, nothing wrong with the shot meter. The defense, the L2 defense, the beginning of that, it was pretty good. There was barely any cheese in that game. There were still affiliations, rep and everything. You still hit Legend 5, it was still fun. You had those little white tiger reps, rewards things, those were all fun. And those are reasons why 2K16 is one of the best, actually the best 2K in my opinion of all time. The negatives of 2K16, I mean, probably patch 6 and the speed boosting, that killed a lot of people's vibe. That's probably the biggest negative. I mean, but besides that, 2K16 really didn't have a lot of problems in there. That's why it only had like 6 patches. Didn't really have a lot of problems. 6 patches for that game, it was pretty solid. 2K16, one of the best, I'm telling you. I mean, you should just, if you want, you can let me know in the comments what you guys think and what your top 5 2Ks is and what my next video should be. Give me ideas down in the comments. And also, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.